thoughts are images that I have made. My thoughts are images that I have made. Then we're to look around ourselves with our eyes open and say that whatever we see is an image that I've made. This screen is an image that I have made. That turkey is an image that I have made. That duck is an image that I have made. That chicken is an image that I have made. That camera is an image that I have made. That Now you look around and do it. This is an image that I have made. That is an image 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 that I have made. My thoughts are images that I have made. My thoughts are images that I have made. Well, thank you all so much for joining me. Hit a couple wrong chords there. All the ducks making all their noise and the turkeys. They do. They come up next to me when I sing. A lot of times, not always. Anyway, they get pretty loud. They get singing along. Okay, well, I'm Forgiveness Willie, teaching forgiveness from the Ozarks. That cedar tree right behind me, there's two of them, but that bigger one, let me show you the top of it, goes up there about 35 feet high. And that was my first Christmas tree that me and my first wife, Diane, went and gathered up out here on the place. And we decided, and then she crossed over before we even got it. It had a few popcorn balls on it. Popcorn strings, you know, pearls, whatever they call those things. Stringed popcorn. And then she crossed over in '92, left me with 6 kids to take care of and get enlightened here on planet Earth. And that tree's just been growing. I got to think about it. Probably outlived my body and my children's bodies and my grandchildren's bodies. I expect to be around here for several centuries if we allow it to be. Anyway, it's a happy tree right there at the first tree you'd see if you come to my place up here on coming in my gate, my house. I don't know why I'm getting my guitar out, just talking about that. Just kind of get me thinking about singing. My thoughts are images that I have made. My thoughts are images that I have made. And I'm Forgiveness Willie, teaching forgiveness from the Ozarks here on Wednesday, January the 15th lesson of 2025. My thoughts are images that I have made. And we're reading from the Foundation for Inner Peace version this year. It is because the thoughts you think appear as images that you do not recognize them as nothing. You think them, and so you think you see them. You think them, and so you think you see them. This is how your, end quote, seeing was made, because it's not real seeing, it's not seeing truth or what the unchangeable. It is image making. It is how your seeing was made. This is the function you have given your body's eyes. It is not seeing, it is image making. It takes the place of seeing, replacing vision with illusions. This introductory idea to the process of image making that you call seeing will not have much meaning for you. You will begin to understand it when you have seen little edges of light around the same familiar objects which you see now. Would we call those auras? That is the beginning of real vision. You can be certain that real vision will come quickly when this has occurred. These little edges of light radiate out from the same. I remember seeing it in some plants one day, and I thought, I guess everything gives off a little bit of light. As we go along, you may have many light episodes. They may take many different forms, some of them quite unexpected. Do not be afraid of them. They are signs that you're opening your eyes at last. They will not persist because they merely symbolize true perception, and they are not related to knowledge. These exercises will not reveal knowledge to you, but they will prepare the way to it. In practicing the idea for today, repeat it first to yourself and then apply it to whatever you see around you, using its name and letting your eyes rest on it as you say, "This blank is an image that I have made, and that blank is an image that I have made." It is not necessary to include a large number of specific subjects for the application of today's idea. It is necessary, however, to continue to look at each subject while you repeat the idea to yourself. The idea should be repeated quite slowly each time. This tree is an image that I have made. This fence post is an image that I have made. This cloud is an image that I've made. You get the idea. Whatever your eye sees, and just keep saying, as you say it, tell yourself that this cloud is an image that I have made. The idea should be repeated quite slowly each time. Although you will obviously not be able to apply the idea to very many things during the minute or so of practice that is recommended, try to make the selection as random as possible. Less than a minute will do for the practice periods if you begin to feel uneasy. Less than a minute if you begin to feel uneasy. Do not have more than 3 application periods for today's idea unless you feel completely comfortable with it, and do not exceed 4. However, the idea can be applied as needed throughout the day. So 4 practice periods, each to last a minute, is the most he wants you to do, except if something's bothering you and you want to use it as a quick remedy, you can tell yourself, he says here, do not have more than 3 application periods for today's idea unless you feel completely comfortable with it, and do not exceed 4. However, the idea can be applied as needed throughout the day. So he's trying to give us things to use in our mind when we come up against some kind of a trauma, discomfort, an upset, a lack of peace. Anything that brings a lack of peace, you can tell yourself, my thoughts are images that I have made, and this person is an image that I have made. Or this television screen is an image that I have made, or whatever it is that might be bothering you at the time. So you could theoretically get in a lot of lessons and still be within the containments of what he wants you to do by using it during the day as needed, he says. Okay, let's go take a look in our text reading, and we'll come back and do an actual meditation, or a practice period as he calls it, at the end, and you can do it along with me again. See if our birds come back. Sometimes they come up and visit me and then they leave. I see them all over there where I usually sit by the bamboo. Special Principles of Miracle Workers. And this is in chapter 2, the separation and the atonement. Is it and the atonement? Yeah. And then section Roman numeral 5, the function of the miracle worker. And then A, under that, a special principles of miracle workers. The miracle abolishes the need for lower order concerns, since it is an out-of-pattern time interval. The ordinary considerations of time and space do not apply. When you perform a miracle, I will arrange both time and space to adjust to it. And I would like to say on this first principle of miracle workers that he makes time and space adjust. Basically what he's saying is that even, in other words, the miracle is a trading for a judgment, using forgiveness and letting it go. And then a new thought comes to your mind. But also he's saying that he controls time and space and will even alter the experiences around you so that it will be conducive to your miracle mindedness. Isn't that cool? So it's not just internal, it's also the experiences you see, that world that you've been making with the thoughts that you've been using. Okay, that second principle of miracle workers is, which is in paragraph 12, but we'll just go by the numbers now. A clear distinction between what is created and what is made is essential. All forms of healing rest on this fundamental correction in level perception. Paragraph 13, which is Miracle Principle 3. Never confuse right and wrong-mindedness. Responding to any form of error with anything except a desire to heal is an expression of this confusion. Again on that one, never confuse right and wrong-mindedness. Responding to any form of error with anything except a desire to heal is an expression of this confusion. We want to respond to everything with a desire to heal. Fourth principle, the miracle is always a denial of this error and an affirmation of the truth. Only right-mindedness can correct in a way that has any real effect. Pragmatically, what has no real effects has no real existence. Its effect, then, is emptiness. Being without substantial content, it lends itself to projection. Paragraph 15, number 5 in the Principles of Miracle Workers, fifth principle. The level adjustment power of the miracle induces the right perception for healing. Until this has occurred, healing cannot be understood. Forgiveness is an empty gesture unless it entails correction. Without this, it is essentially judgmental rather than healing. Let's read that one again. The level adjustment power of the miracle induces the right perception for healing. Until this has occurred, healing cannot be understood. Forgiveness is an empty gesture unless it entails correction. Without this, it is essentially judgmental rather than healing. Principle number 6. Miracle-minded forgiveness is only correction. Miracle-minded forgiveness is only correction. It has no element of judgment at all. The statement, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do," in no way evaluates what they do. Of course, he's saying something that he quoted when he was on the cross, and it's recorded in Luke chapter 23 and verse 34. "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." In no way evaluates what they do. It's an appeal to God to heal their minds. There is no reference to the outcome of the error. That does not matter. There is no order of difficulty in miracles. Principle number 7 for miracle workers. The injunction, "Be of one mind," is the statement of revelation readiness. Be of one mind. And that's a quote that Paul made in Philippians, recorded in Philippians chapter 2 and verse 2. Be of one mind. The injunction, "Be of one mind," is the statement of revelation readiness. My request, do this in remembrance of me, is the appeal for cooperation from miracle workers. Of course, that's something Jesus said at the Last Supper. And he said, take this bread in remembrance of me and drink this wine in remembrance of me and my coming. Well, that's at a quote out of recorded him saying in Luke chapter 22, verse 19. My request, do this in remembrance of me, is the appeal for cooperation from miracle workers. The two statements, be of one mind and do this in remembrance of me, are not in the same order of reality. Only the latter, do this in remembrance of me, involves an awareness of time, since to remember is to recall the past and the present. Time is under my direction, but timelessness belongs to God. In time we exist for and with each other. In timelessness we coexist with God. And the last miracle principle, number 8, for miracle workers. You can do much on behalf of your own healing and that of others if in a situation calling for help, you think of it in this way. You think of it this way. I am here only to be truly helpful. I'm here only to be truly helpful. I'm here to represent Him who sent me. I do not have to worry about what to say or what to do because He who sent me will direct me. I am content to be wherever He wishes, knowing He goes there with me. I will be healed as I let Him teach me to heal. And that one's a nice one that I like to sing. So let's just sing this one. What a beautiful, I call it the healer's prayer or the healer's affirmation. Anyway, thank you all. Let me play that for you. I hope it means as much to your heart as it does to mine. It expresses how I like to think that I like to live. Okay, I am here only to be truly helpful. I'm here to represent Him who sent me. I do not have to worry about what to say or what to do because He who sent me will direct me. I'm content to be wherever He wishes, knowing He goes there with me. I will be healed as I let Him teach me to heal. Okay, let's see what's going on around the world today before we go close with our song and do another one of our 1-minute meditations on my thoughts or images that I have made. It's Hat Day, so whatever that is, Happy Hat Day. I found these on holidays and observances, and just a few of them, the ones that I thought were more interesting. It's Booch Day. You know what Booch is? Kombucha, short for kombucha. It's a many centuries old Chinese tea. It's easy to make and it's good for your gut microbiome. The way you make it is make a gallon of tea using 8 bags of tea bags. Add a couple of sugar, and then add a couple cups of starter, which is some old kombucha. And lay a rag over the glass jar and wait a week or two, and you'll have kombucha. Humanitarian Day. It's a UN holiday. Let's see what it says. A day to promote well-being for survivors of disasters, disaster survivors, and their ensuing aid workers. So Humanitarian Day. Indian Army Day. I thought this was interesting because of the quote. I don't particularly care much for armies. As a matter of fact, I'm opposed to them. But I do like the idea of this 5-star general, Cariappa, who lived between 1899 and 1993, is the one who started he was the first Indian Army officer that was ahead of the Indian Army, which happened in 1947. But the word they use in their army is service over self. I thought, well, that ought to be true for the Kingdom of God people. That's what we just sang about, service over self. I like that part of it. Fresh Squeezed Juice Day. Good day to make some orange juice, I guess. Or any kind, pomegranate juice. We're going to read about pomegranates. I meant to yesterday, and we didn't take the time. Wikipedia Day. I guess Wikipedia began on this day in 2001. And I said we were going to talk about a pomegranate. The Russian pomegranate, also known as Salavatsky. I guess they probably say Salavatsky in Russia instead of Russian pomegranate. But remember, Russia, usually you think of pomegranates as being a warm climate plant. But, I looked it up. Russia's mainly zones 4, 5, and 6, and maybe a little bit into 7. And, of course, even colder. But hear what it says about the Russian pomegranate, also known as the Salavatsky. Salavatsky is a hard-seeded pomegranate variety. According to Dr. Levin, the originator of the variety, the hard-seeded varieties can withstand colder temperatures by a few degrees than the soft-seeded varieties. We can thank Dr. Levin for the many pomegranate varieties. He has given us a new fruit for our area that is beautiful and easy to grow. More protection and less in the open helps, especially with younger plants. So more protection, you like planted on the south side of your house, or on a big rock fence that's, a big 6-foot rock fence or something on the south side. Let's see, what's he say? Salavatsky has ripened in Lancaster, I've heard it said both ways, Pennsylvania, big Amish country up there. Zone 6, so planted on the south side of a home, it says here. It was it grew there. It's generally considered a zone 7 and 10 plant, so be aware if you plant it, give it a little extra protection through the winter. Okay, which probably means to mulch the ground around it too with some straw or something, and make sure it's on the south side. And okay, let's see. Before we sing our song, do we have plenty of time? Yeah, I think we do. Let's take just a minute to review. In practicing the idea for today, repeat it first to yourself. My thoughts are images that I have made. And then apply it to whatever you see around you, using its name and letting your eyes rest on it as you say, this blank is an image that I have made. And that blank is an image that I have made. It is not necessary to include a large number of specific subjects for the application of today's idea. It is necessary, however, to continue to look at each subject while you repeat the idea to yourself. The idea should be repeated quite slowly each time. Although you will obviously not be able to apply the idea to very many things during the minute or so of practice that is recommended, try to make the selection as random as possible. Less than a minute will do for the practice periods. If you begin to feel uneasy, do not have more than 3 application periods for today's idea unless you feel completely comfortable with it, and do not exceed 4. However, the idea can be applied as needed throughout the day, so he's given us something that we can use to ward off some kind of pain. So let's do just a minute practice right now. My thoughts are images that I have made. My thoughts are images that I have made. My thought about that root is an image that I have made. That thought about that cedar tree is an image I have made. That elm is an image that I have made. That umbrella is an image that I have made. Now you do it. That is an image that I have made. That is an image that I have made. That then close again with my thoughts are images that I have made. And our word for peace is from the Seminole people, and it's essekaphutchala. My thoughts are images that I have made. Essekaphutchala. I hope I'm saying that right.